Hello everyone. Today we are going to study a science topic, that is cell, the fundamental unit of life. Okay. So let's start. So first we will study basics of cell, that is its discovery and all. Okay. So what is the basic structural and functional unit of life? So the basic structural and functional unit of life is cell, because एवरी ऑर्गेनिज्म, हर एक ऑर्गेनिज्म की जो बॉडी होती है उसका जो बेसिक यूनिट होता है जिससे वो बनी होती है, इट इज सेल. ओके, सो इट्स द फंडामेंटल यूनिट. ओके, नेक्स्ट वन इज हु डिस्कवर्ड द सेल. सो रॉबर्ट हुक in 1665 discovered cell from cork cell. Okay, it is a dead plant cell. So actually Robert Hooke discovered dead plant cell. Okay, and living cell was discovered by Anton von Leeuwenhoek. Is it clear? Next one. In which year was the cell first discovered? So in 1665. Okay. Next one. Who gave the cell theory? So cell theory was given by Matthias Claden and Theodore Swan. Remember it. Okay. Next one. Who stated that all cells arise from pre-existing cells? That is omnis cellular e cellular. Okay. It means all cells arise from pre-existing cells. So Rudolf Virchow stated it. Okay. Next one. Now we will discuss about cell organelles. Okay. So cell organelles जो होती हैं, these are present in the cell, inside the cell. For example, your nucleus, mitochondria, ribosomes, lysosomes, Golgi bodies, smooth endoplasmic reticulum, rough endoplasmic reticulum, etc. Okay. So now we will study about these. Okay. So first one is, which organelle is known as powerhouse of the cell? So mitochondria is known as powerhouse of the cell because it generates ATP. Okay. ATP generation occurs in mitochondria. That's why it is known as the powerhouse of the cell. Okay. Which organelle is called the control center of the cell? Okay. Control center of the cell is nucleus. Nucleus is also known as the principle of the cell, or we can say brain of the cell. क्यों? Because सारे जितने भी functions होते हैं वो coordinate कौन करता है? Nucleus करता है. Is that okay? Next one. Where does protein synthesis occur in the cell? So ribosomes जो हैं, these are responsible for protein synthesis. Okay. Endoplasmic reticulum is an organelle which is of two types. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum and rough endoplasmic reticulum. So on rough endoplasmic reticulum, ribosomes are present. Okay. And on smooth endoplasmic reticulum, these are absent. That's why rough endoplasmic reticulum specially involved in protein synthesis. Okay, and smooth endoplasmic basically in lipid synthesis. Is it clear? So protein synthesis occur in ribosome. Next one is, which organelle is known as suicide bag of the cell? Okay, so lysosome is known as suicide bag of the cell because it has enzymes which are known as lysozymes. Okay, and these are hydrolytic enzymes. These are hydrolytic enzymes which help in digesting cell or damaged cell. Okay, next one, which organelle modifies and packages proteins? So protein synthesis is done by ribosomes, okay, and its packaging, okay, packaging is done by Golgi apparatus. Okay, next one, which organelles contain their own DNA? So mitochondria and chloroplast are the two organelles which contain their own DNA. Therefore, these are known as semi-autonomous organelle. Okay. Why semi-autonomous? Because they have their own DNA, right? Next one. Which organelle is absent in prokaryotic cells? So, prokaryotic cells में ट्रू न्यूक्लियस एब्सेंट होता है. ओके, ट्रू न्यूक्लियस मतलब ट्रू न्यूक्लियस क्या होता है कि जिसकी एक वेल डिफाइंड बाउंड्री हो, राइट? लेकिन इन प्रोकैरियोट्स इट इज स्कैटर्ड. उसका जो मटेरियल होता है वो स्कैटर्ड होता है एंड देयर इज नो बाउंड्री, नो स्पेसिफिक बाउंड्री. ठीक, दैट्स व्हाई इट इज नॉन एज न्यूक्लियोइड. सो प्रोकैरियोटिक सेल्स में न्यूक्लियोइड प्रेजेंट होता है इंस्टेड ऑफ न्यूक्लियस. सो which organelle is absent in prokaryotic cells? So true nucleus is absent. Other organelles भी absent होती हैं, like well defined organelles absent होती हैं, like your Golgi bodies. Means it has, they lack true organelle. Okay, next one. Which organelle is absent in prokaryotic cell? So we have done it earlier. Next, which plastid is responsible for photosynthesis? So for photosynthesis, chloroplasts are responsible. So chloroplasts contain chlorophyll, which is a green pigment, and it helps in photosynthesis. Okay. Next, which organelle is the site of ATP synthesis? So mitochondria. Next one, which plastid stores food? So leucoplast stores food. Okay, like starch, protein, etc. So leucoplast, these are colorless plastids and they store food. Next, we will discuss about cell structure. So what is the outermost covering of a plant cell? So outermost covering of a plant cell is cell wall. Okay. So it is fully permeable and इसका main function is protection, right? Protection from outer injury. Next one, What is the selectively permeable membrane of the cell called? So outermost is the cell wall. It is the cell wall. Then cell membrane. So it is selectively permeable cell membrane, or we can call it plasma membrane. One more thing. Cell wall is only present in plants, fungi, but absent in animals. Okay, so cell wall is absent in animal cell. And cell wall in plants is made up of cellulose. In fungi, it is made up of chitin. And in bacteria, it is made up of peptidoglycan. Okay, so remember it. Next one. What is the jelly-like substance inside the cell called? So it is known as the cytoplasm. Okay, so here is cell wall, then plasma membrane, and inside it filled with substance known as cytoplasm. It maintains shape of the cell. Okay. Next one. What is the fluid mosaic model related to? So structure of plasma membrane was, it's a related egg model the other by Singer and Nicholson. That is fluid mosaic model. Okay, so remember it. Next one, we will discuss about prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. So pro means primitive and karyon means nucleus. Okay, U means true and karyon means again nucleus. So organisms contain primitive nucleus are prokaryotic, and organisms containing true nucleus are eukaryotic. So give one example of prokaryotic organism. It is bacteria. Okay, so bacteria has primitive nucleus, right? Not well-defined nucleus. So it is prokaryotic organism. Next one. Which type of cell has membrane-bound organelles? So eukaryotic cell has membrane-bound organelle. That is, true nucleus-containing cell has membrane-bound organelles. Next one. What type of ribosomes are found in prokaryotic cells? So in prokaryotic cells, 70S ribosomes are found, and S is Svedberg's unit. So in prokaryotic cells, 70S ribosomes are found, and in eukaryotic cells, 80S ribosomes are found. Okay, these are the type of ribosomes. So remember it that in prokaryotic cells there are 70S type of ribosomes, and in eukaryotic cell there are 80S ribosomes. Here is this. What type of ribosomes are found in eukaryotic cells? So 80S. Next one is cell division. Okay. So which process of cell division occur in prokaryotes? So binary fission. Okay. Binary fission means this is one cell. For example, bacterial cell. It will divide into two, and these are the two daughter cells. Okay. So it is the binary fission. Next one, which process produces gametes in eukaryotes? So gametes में meiosis होता है because meiosis is reductional division. And during reproduction, the chromosome number has to be reduced to half. That's why meiosis is necessary in gametes. That is ova and sperm. So meiosis occurs. Okay. Now we will discuss some mixed one-liners. So which organelle is called kitchen of the cell? So chloroplast is known as the kitchen of the cell. As I told you, that chloroplast contains chlorophyll and photosynthesis occur. Okay. Therefore, chloroplast is known as the kitchen of the cell. What are finger-like projections that increase surface area called? So these are known as microvilli. For example, if this is the surface, okay, अगर यहाँ से कोई मटेरियल पास होता है तो उसको ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं लगेगा यहाँ से पास होने में because surface is smooth. Okay, instead of it there are this type of structures. ठीक है, ठीक है. सो अगर यहाँ से कोई चीज़ पास होती है उसको लॉन्गर टाइम मिलेगा फॉर एब्जॉर्प्शन इन एनी प्रोसेस. सो these structures are known as microvilli, and these projections increase surface area. Okay. Which organelle helps in cell division in animal cells? So centrioles help in cell division in animal cells, and centriole are absent in plant cell. Remember it. Okay. Next one. What is the genetic material present in the nucleus? So DNA is the genetic material which is present inside the nucleus of a cell. Okay. And DNA coils like this, and the structure is known as chromosome. Okay. Next one. What is the function of vacuole in the plant cell? So function of vacuole is storage and maintaining turgor pressure. Okay. So what do you mean by maintaining turgor pressure? For example, this is a cell. Okay. And this is food vacuole. This is nucleus. This is nucleus. This is vacuole. So if water enters from outside, cell has to put pressure so that excess water cannot enter the cell. So this is known as the turgor pressure. So agar excess water aa jayega to cell will burst, right? So to maintain that turgor pressure, to maintain this shape of the cell, pressure has to be applied. So in it, which helps? Vacuole helps. Okay. Next one. Which organelle is involved in detoxification? So detoxification is done by smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So it is mainly present in liver cells because it helps in detoxifying substances, right? Next one is, which structure is also known as the brain of the cell? So nucleus is known as the brain of the cell, or we can say the principle of the cell, or we can say the control center of the cell. So it was your last question. So thank you very much for listening. And if you find it helpful, please subscribe the channel for the weekly updates, daily updates, I can say.